Adrian, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Heal gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of Three Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Overseer University.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the Three Man Weave.
Yes, sir. You see us, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with a brand new episode 84. You got your favorite guys from your favorite podcast, the Three Man Weave podcast. And, of course, you got your favorite guy, Cannon. But with me, as always, I got my counterpart. So go ahead and introduce yourselves, fellas.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Hill. Hill gonna heal regardless, baby. Let's get it.
And you know what it is. You got AJ El Presidente. Yeah.
That's it.
Did you pause?
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all
I know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3 Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3 Man Weave _. Thank you for all the viewership on YouTube, Facebook group, 3 Man Weave group. We appreciate all the supporters. You know, you can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. We got a star-studded show for y'all tonight. We got, off the strip, they showing up a little bit later. We got our guy Scrap. There's no crying in fantasy. Y'all been asking us a lot of fantasy questions, and I've been telling y'all weekly, don't get y'all fantasy advice from me. So, so I brought my expert in, you know what I'm saying? Scrap you berry. That's what it's called. Well, what's good, fellas, man? What's going on?
Hey,
man, ain't too much. Yeah. Ain't too much. Can't complain, bro. Just living.
It's
what's up with you, though?
I've been waiting to do that.
I wish I was in LA.
I wish I was in LA too.
I wish I was in LA. That parade, that double parade that they might plan or whatever they got going on, that's gonna be lit, bro.
You need to be there.
You need to be there. I need to be in some type of parade atmosphere because it's snowing in Boston right now, yo.
Ew.
I keep forgetting you in Boston, man.
Wow. Bro, it's snowing, and this is real snow. It's snow.
How you feel about Braun and him? I feel like he's semi-rooting for the Dodgers right now. Thought he was a Yankee fan, Hill. How you feel about that?
I don't. LeBron is just like his fans. They just they ride every wave, and I'm halfway respecting it because he's just not even hiding it. He's like, hey, look, I'm in LA now. I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Yeah. Hey, look, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
So like I said, I ain't even taking no severity the way he got going on with his fandom because it changed every week. You know what I'm saying?
The halfway respected part is what got me, man.
So,
but you gotta respect it though, because at least he's saying like, look, I'm here. Because it makes it make a little bit more sense because now he's in a place where you have some teams that are formidable. I mean, when you in Cleveland, you barely can root for you.
That's why he had different teams anyway, because he's from Cleveland.
Are you still a Yankee fan though? I guess that's my question. So if the Yankees win, then what?
I'm sure he's still a Yankees fan, but being that he's in LA now, he can actually immerse himself in LA culture and actually have a team to root for and not look like a loser.
Yeah, because I do root for the Wizards. As much as it pains me to say, I root for the Wizards.
No, I mean, I'll root for the Wizards. Like, I want them to do good, but they say they're not my team at all. So
they ain't my team.
Yeah, so I don't feel no type of way. But like I said, the Dodgers, congratulations to the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming for the Dodgers. They finally got over the hump. Don't act like I'm about to give y'all a breakdown analysis.
I thought it was.
It sounded good though, right? It sounded good though. Absolutely. I am happy for my guy Kershaw though. My guy Kershaw finally got over that. Got that monkey off his back. Kind of reminiscent of kind of remind me of Peyton Manning. Actually, how it took Peyton Manning some time to get over the hump. But
yeah, absolutely. And then my whole thing was, I never really beat up Kershaw as much as a lot of people did, because in a lot of those games, Kershaw, yeah, he had a couple, like he had some iffy outings, but also, man, if you look at his run support in some of those games, man, it wasn't really that great. And it's just like football, where it's almost like where you have to depend on other people. Baseball is the most individualized team sport in the world, where it's just like, I can do my job perfect,
and still lose.
But if these other people aren't doing anything as well, there's only so much that I can do, because Clayton Kershaw, I mean, he can go up there and hit if they're playing in a National League park. I think they changed that rule though. But like, if he goes out there and he could maybe get a couple at bats, but that ain't enough to win you the game. You still need an offense to do that. You need people to actually go out there and make plays and give you run support. So I ain't gonna truly kill him, but I'm glad he got it, even though I'm an Angels fan. So I'm glad he got it. And Mookie.
Yeah, they got it done, man. They got it done, man. They got over the hump. So congrats to them. Hats off. I like Kershaw, man. I just like his stuff. He's filthy with it at the mound. So it's like, I understand like what AJ just presented to us. Baseball, you are really dependent upon your teammates and your managerial staff to come through for you. So it's not like it was all on Kershaw. Yeah, that's how it plays out in the media. But what we do here, we change the narrative. So we got to keep it real. But over the years, he's just been a phenomenal pitcher. And if you like the game, you just have to admire that. I also just thought it was crazy. This is a crazy fact. Him and Matthew Stafford like grew up together. And it always intrigues me how it seems like famous people just seem to hang together. Like at an early age, like, bro, how in the hell they played on the same little league team, and one's an NFL quarterback and one's a World Series champion pitcher? Like, what's in the water? Like,
I think it's gonna happen again. I don't know if it's gonna be to where they're two of the best at their roles, but Spencer Rattler, the quarterback from Oklahoma, him and Nico Mannion from Arizona, they used to hoop together in high school. So Spencer Rattler, he the QB at Oklahoma. Nico Mannion, he gonna be in the draft. He may be a lottery pick or whatever. So that's another childhood tandem that is. And it's always you always have those players who kind of came up and were on the same teams, especially when you go to like the powerhouse schools, like out in Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Texas, stuff like that. So, it's kind of crazy to be like, especially when it's like, y'all ain't win shit. That's the ones I be looking at like, y'all ain't win nothing. Like, because it looked like y'all had some dogs.
Yeah. It's crazy. So your boy on the Dodgers, Justin Turner, he found out he had COVID, tested positive for COVID in the middle of the game. They pull him. And then they mad at him because he came back out and celebrated. They tried to change this narrative on him. It was so funny to me.
It's too late by then anyway, man.
It was so funny. You let him play half the game. Half the game, did his own thing. And then you mean to tell me I just won and I'm supposed to stand back? Don't get me wrong.
I've been here, bro.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
But why you telling me halfway through the game? That's on y'all.
Hey, that's the main mishandle right then and there. But don't get me wrong.
Halfway through the game, y'all got it. Shit, I'm coming to party.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
if you rushing out of here now, what's the point?
He was negligent though. Him coming out there without a mask, him out there wilding, kissing the girl.
He had a mask. He pulled it down.
They had it. He rode there with them, bro. He was kissing this morning.
But he didn't know he had it then.
Because they didn't tell him in time.
I'm with you on that part. But once you know, you supposed to at least wear your mask, bro. I'm not telling you to stay in the back. I know I wouldn't have been in the back. That's a fact. We just won the World Series. I don't give a damn. We getting up out this bubble. Hey, y'all better go get some elderberry when y'all leave. That's it. I'm with you, but don't try to sit here and try to pin it all on him. Like now he the bad guy. When y'all was messed up, y'all was late to the party. Y'all waited to half the game and try to pull me, bro. Ain't no winner. What if he was the pitcher?
If I'm the pitcher, look,
the ball all night.
Look, somebody gonna have to fight me if you trying to come pull me halfway through the game because I got COVID.
What if he was hitting? What if he was at bat?
They should have just kept it to themselves at that point.
Exactly. Some of these times, I mean, you just trying to it's just stupid.
It's too late. Well, what's pulling them now gonna do but make us look bad?
Bro, so if I'm as soon as I'm in the dugout and they come out to me and be like, "Hey, excuse me, we need you to leave." Like, come on, no, like y'all gotta leave. Like, get that shit out of my face. I'm not going nowhere because I'm already here, and it's the most important game of my life. Because like, get that bullshit out of my face.
It is what it. I mean, they try to, like I said, they know they dropped the ball. So instead of them taking ownership of them dropping the ball, let's put it on him. Let's change this whole thing and say, you know what? You're the one that's being irresponsible right now. You're the one being negligent. You're the one spreading it out. You're the one rooting this all. Let's put it all on you.
Like you said, one, you tell them in the middle of the game, okay, I got the news, but then we win. Like, I'm pleading temporary insanity if I win. You can't really blame me for anything that I do because I listen. I was in a state of euphoria. I didn't really know what I was doing. I thought I had it on. I thought I was good. My bad. Y'all shouldn't even have me there. I shouldn't even been there.
Bro,
I shouldn't have been there. What do you mean? I shouldn't have been out there?
No, I'm talking about I should have known before this game and not been there.
I would have been there. I would have had my mask on. I would have probably tried to find some gloves. I'd have been trying to at least been responsible at that moment. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out there. It is what it is. Like, we just won the World Series. I'm not sitting in the back. Yeah, I'm about to say,
locker room with them.
Yeah, I'd adapt everybody up after the area. You know what I'm saying? I've been sitting right beside y'all, close to y'all. We've been spitting all that. Nah,
I'm passing the champagne bottle around. Hey, it's going down the line like fall 2011. You dig what I'm saying?
But it is what it is. I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna be out there. But like I said, I would have been fake responsible. It is what it is. But your boy got COVID too.
Who? Trevor
Lawrence.
Yeah, man.
You know what? They better pray to the sunshine heavens that he don't have no serious long-term, side effects to this. Because I'm telling you, for one, y'all wanted to have this college football season so bad. If the person who is touted as the guy coming into the season for the team can't play, and then the long-term effects, if it's some long-term effects, then he drops, and say an NFL team, they still say, it's Trevor Lawrence, he just, had COVID and stuff like that, and then he ends up not being the guy in the NFL because he has, respiratory issues, heart issues, whatever the case may be. Y'all gonna look real stupid because, it's been players that came out and said, look, I just haven't felt the same since I had it. And, if you look at a lot of the players who had it, even from, basketball to, from the NBA, then to the NFL, some of the guys who've had it, they've been top guys and then they come back and they ain't looking so good. And yeah, like I said on previous episodes, in sports, you are taught to play through your injuries. You taught to play through your ailments. But now it's looking like it's only so much you can do.
At the same time, in this pandemic, everybody has a responsibility to themselves. I don't care what we were ever taught to do. If I was a 5-star athlete and I was trained to go, congrats to the hats off. You see, there's some people who are sitting out, in sports. People opted out because to some people, it was more important. Their health was more important, and the unknown factor of the COVID. So, Trevor also went out there.
Yeah, and once again, like I said, it's going to, like a lot of these college players, they even come out and said they want to play. But my whole thing from the beginning was adults have to step in. Adults have to protect these people. And of course, because he knows, look, I got millions on the line. But to him, he's not thinking like I got millions on the line he's thinking, oh, this is my family. These are my brothers. I'm going to go out there. If we're going to play, I'm going to go out there with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he doesn't have, an adult in his ear saying, I don't think that's the best idea right now, especially with you having like millions in the bag. Bro, you are going to be the number 1 overall pick, most likely.
Yeah.
You going to walk into millions, guaranteed for the next 4 years. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like.
So what's the downfall? I might as well play though if I want to play. You didn't say nothing negative. You didn't say nothing negative about him playing.
Okay,
except getting COVID.
What I'm saying is that the negative. I said the negatives before.
Yeah,
what if he has long-term effects?
Yep.
What if he has respiratory issues?
No, I get that. But I was just saying now, the simple fact now that, of course, that's why he played, because he's not thinking about that. He's not thinking about that. His coach wasn't thinking about COVID. The people above him wasn't thinking about COVID.
That's
nobody was thinking about COVID. Nobody was being responsible with that.
But
here's my thing.
You keep trying to think rational, Cannon. You keep trying to think rational, Cannon. We don't have rational leadership. We don't have proper leadership above. They're telling the board just told us COVID was over.
That's why. Look, that's
why
I'm
COVID
saying.
Was over.
See, Eric. Nah, I can't get with you on this one. If he opts out, he plays the number 1 premium position. He put it all on tape. Just like when Jadeveon Clowney's last year in college wasn't that good. And a lot of people were saying it was because he was like, bro, like, why am I doing this? I got my bag secured. And then he kind of, had a couple, minor injuries where he missed a couple games. And guess what? He still was the number 1 overall pick. If Trevor Lawrence sits out, who's going to overtake him?
Bosa.
And that's my point. Like, at the end of the day, especially with it being a quarterback, and we have these quarterback needy teams. Hey, bro, Justin Fields or Trey Lance ain't put the tape out there that Trevor Lawrence has had.
Those players should have stayed. To get back to the point of everything, those players should have stayed home too. We should have had, like Hill said, proper leadership. These kids are risking their lives to get something that they are entitled to anyway, because they've already earned the right. They should have put the whole college football so every college player would still have the opportunity. Give us time to deal with this pandemic, because it's clear as day that it ain't over. It's clear as day.
So Eric,
that boy want to make some sense. I'm with you, Cannon. I'm 100% with you on that one.
Eric, let me break some stuff down to you real quick. The reason why Fields is not going to put anything on tape to jump Trevor Lawrence, let's just look at the history of college football. Let's look at, 2011 when Cam Newton came into the NFL? They really tried to convince us that Jake Locker and Blaine Gabbert were in competition with the number 1 overall pick for Cam Newton. We all know that wasn't the facts. They convinced themselves to take Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes. What I'm saying is Trevor Lawrence is the right person to be number 1, and nobody's going to overtake him for the film that he's put out. And then Justin Fields, they're going to make every excuse to prove why Justin Fields isn't the guy. And because guess what? Look at what Deshaun Watson put on tape and Mitchell Trubisky put on tape. They gave you every excuse because, hey, it's the talent around him. I'm going to call a spade. Trevor Lawrence is white, bro. Justin Fields is black. I tried to beat around the bush, but bro, when it comes to white quarterbacks and he's successful, he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. They are going to nitpick Justin Fields every little mistake, every little incomplete pass. That's why Deshaun Watson got nitpicked and passed over, and that's why they tried to put Blaine Gabbert and Jake Locker in the conversation with Cam Newton. Because at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to quarterback, that's the one position where things are going to try and, continue to be status quo. And I hate to say it, but bro, it's true.
They wanted Trevor Lawrence after he won the national championship to go in the draft then as a freshman.
They did.
Exactly.
So, and so they love him as a prospect. They
he
love
hasn't
him.
done anything. Like I said, he hasn't done anything that just dispute none of that.
And so what I'm saying is, had he stopped playing and had he not played, no one was going to overtake him because he put everything that he needed to on film. And guess what? I guarantee you, they're going to be like, he's still a hard worker. He's going to be in shape. He's going to come in prepared. We know that we can get this guy because he's put everything on tape that we need to see.
And also, I think I seen a comment. I think about injury.
Sean.
My fault, Sean. My guy. Even if he got hurt, I think he would still be the top draft pick because Tua was hurt and Tua was the perennial number 1 pick, and he only fell to 5.
Exactly.
So I don't really think injury would even stop Trevor Lawrence this year. This year in particular.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you one thing. I love all the points that AJ made, but I look at it from an unbiased standpoint. I don't care what color they are. I'm just looking at the body of work, and I'm going with Trevor Lawrence as a QB.
But that's
he
my point.
Checks every single box.
Yeah.
That was my point. That's my point, Kenny.
I know. That's why I said I love.
He checks every single box.
Every single. I said I love every single point you made, but your best point was the white and black one. Right. But I just want to come in there as an unbiased person and say, if I just look at the quarterback and look at the skill, how they read the field, how they read defenses, their release, their accuracy, decision making, I got to go with Trevor Lawrence. Plus, he's done it on the biggest stage possible in college. So, hey.
So the reason why I say like he checks all the boxes, because for one, I wasn't sold on Justin Fields anyway, because like I said, I see a lot of accuracy issues with Justin Fields. So I think that's going to take some work with him, and you have to get him in the right situation. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is one of those guys, you put him in any situation, he is going to excel if you start to build pieces around him. And he
can spin that rock.
Exactly, and I hate
that rock, man.
I hate that he has a monster team around him though, because guess what? Every Alabama quarterback has had a monster team around him, and how many Alabama quarterbacks have we seen have success in the NFL? Ohio State, they be having monster teams around them. How many of those quarterbacks have we seen have success in the NFL? So I'm really not trying to hear, they have pieces around them, because you still got to get on the ball.
It's the small things when you look at the quarterback, and Trevor Lawrence does the small things. I'm trying to tell you, he puts
ball placement.
Ball placement. Like I'm telling you, on that out route, it's right there in front of the receiver, so he can get yards after the catch. It's the small things that other quarterbacks on that same route will throw it behind a receiver, have you reaching back. Those are the differences. Football is a game of inches. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's so very true. And it's not just the inches on the run or on the goal line. It's on every single play. And ball placement and accuracy and footwork and decision-making is what it's going to come down to in the end. And Trevor Lawrence has put that on display despite whoever else is on his team.
No, so and that was our point. Like, because that's why when people say Joe Burrow came out of nowhere, it was more like, no, he got into a modern day offense that allowed him to actually throw the ball. And it wasn't that LSU just line up in the I formation and, hey, run this route and try and beat your man. It was, hey, we're going to scheme guys open, because guess what? Even if they aren't open, he can throw you open. He's going to put the ball in places, but it's going to allow him to make the reads and do what he does best. And that's why I said Baker Mayfield. That's why I wasn't sold on him, because his guys was running wide the hell open. And it looks like he's accurate just on paper, but if he's making guys wait for the ball, if he's throwing it out there and people got to slow down, reach behind him, but they still catch it because ain't nobody around him, yeah, his numbers are going to look good. But guess what? He ain't really that good, because when you get in those tight windows in the NFL, it ain't the same. That's why Baker only has success against the Bengals, because they're going to let you run butt wide, booted, naked, open.
And to Eric, man, listen, Alabama quarterbacks don't even really throw the ball at Alabama. They're a run-first team. So I don't expect none of them. They are game managers at best, and that is just what we're talking about. Trevor Lawrence checks all the boxes. You didn't hear me say any Alabama quarterback in the past has checked any of all the boxes. They just come from a good program. They're the quarterbacks that have benefited from the team.
But I will say, Mac Jones, he might be all right. He might be something. Mac Jones might be something.
And then we about to find out too something Sunday.
Trevor Lawrence he runs. I'm not even gonna say play. He runs an NFL pro style offense, and that's just a fact.
Hey, I think Tua is gonna look. You know what? Let me change that. I think this game Tua is gonna look all right, but once they get to the end of the season, they're gonna be beating the hell out of Tua. Like,
who they play?
They play the Rams.
I don't think this is the game we about to look all right.
God bless them.
Because sometimes I think when you come in and like this is your first game, even though Herbert was a little bit different, there was no film on him because they weren't expecting him, so they weren't scheming for him. I think Tua is going to
film on Tua.
But I think Tua is gonna be a little bit awkward because he's a lefty quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's just like ain't nobody seen a lefty since Kellen Moore. What? Listen, 7 years ago.
I'll be surprised if Tua makes it out. I'll be surprised. I see Tua running around a lot. I see him scrambling. I see him trying to make things happen because how many rookies have we seen come into the NFL and just drop back, scan the field, and deliver the ball?
Joey B.
One of the few. One of the very few. But my point is that's an anomaly. So you can't name a number of rookies who have done that. Andrew Luck, Joe Burrow, those are probably the last two in recent years who could do that. So Tua didn't do that in college. We just spoke about Alabama quarterbacks and how them being a run-first program. So I see Miami trying to rely heavily on the run. They're going to get Mike Gesicki involved because they do a lot of tight end work at Alabama. But I don't see Tua dropping back, scanning the field, and having a great day. But if he does, I'll be the first one next week to come up here and say I was wrong. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, before we get too deep into the intro,
okay,
you want Cold World, baby. They ain't called me that for no reason. You want to introduce our guys that we about to bring on next?
Yeah, my younger guys, my younger bros, I like them, seeing what they got going on, we got to respect it. We got to, collab, show more people that it's a lane for everybody. They've been, they took not a little curve, but they've been real positive lately, doing a lot of more interviews, a lot of more, business owners, a lot of more, being more positive people in the community, a lot of more interviews. They've been doing a lot of, different things other than the normal just sports stuff. So they changing the narrative as well. There's more narratives to be changed,
That's a fact.
They going out here, my guy Cal, I'm gonna call Fudge. We out here,
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
I'm supposed to be a franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello?
The Off the Strip Sports Podcast.
Well, y'all got that sexy ass voice at the end of y'all damn intro. What's good, Fudge?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's goody, fellas?
Not much, man. How y'all doing, man?
Everybody
chilling, man.
Great, man. Thank you for joining us first before we go anywhere. Hey, look, tell the people where they can find y'all.
All right, so, my name is Cal. That's my guy, Fudge, or whatever. I'm his guy, whatever you want to call it. But that's my guy. But yeah, we got a podcast that's virtual. You can find this online you type in Off the Strip Sports Podcast, and we'll pull right up. You can also type in, if you're familiar with Linktree, you just add OTS Sports to the end of it. But other than that, man, yeah, IG, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, we go live every Sunday. And yeah, man, like you were saying in the intro, man, just changing the narrative a little bit, or just honestly just setting the table for anything that, anything to talk about that's around sports and sports culture. Because as black men, I feel like that's kind of what we knew from the beginning. If anything, it was consistent in our life, sports was. So, that's one thing that I kind of like. I like to harp on. So, but yeah, that's where you can find us, man.
I love it, man. I love it.
All that.
So, all I mean, yeah, you handle it for both of y'all. But
My bad.
how long y'all been doing this? How long y'all been doing this for? Let the people know.
What you got, Fudge? You tell them.
Right, Cal.
So we started in
we started back in 2017?
17. It was 17 because 2018 we was hitting a year. So it was honestly, I kind of kicked it off. I was in school getting a sports degree, and I was just trying to find, just trying to explore the different lanes of sports and whatnot. So I was working for a sports company. I was getting my degree, so I was like, I wanted to try something else. So I was like, around the time the Joe Budden podcast was booming. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Tax Season. Tax Season was one of my favorite podcasts. Free Tax Season, Free Tax Stone.
Yeah.
All the. I just want to do a pod. If you do the podcast in the bean, that's fine. Like, give my man the mic.
I'm about to say, send him a mic. I mean, he on camera. No, they got him on camera.
Hey, whatever they say he did, he might have did that shit.
He did that shit.
But no, like tax. So those podcasts were like booming around that time frame, and I was just like surrounded in podcasting. So I was like, let me see if I can create my own lane. And so that's kind of how it kicked off. Me and Futch, it's crazy because like me and Futch both from the 7-5, but we never met each other till we moved to Vegas. And we met out there, and I was like, obviously, he's a sports guy just like myself. And I was like, yo, you trying to come on the pod? I'm starting this pod. You trying to come on from time to time? And he was like, cool, bet. Why not? So we did one episode, and the next thing you know, we were just locked in every week. So
absolutely,
since 2017, we've been rocking. We took a little bit of a break in 2018 through 2019, just because just life, this life happened, and I got a new job. Futch was moving, we was maneuvering. A lot of different things was going on, and so for me, like I felt like I couldn't really do the podcast because I wasn't going to give it everything I could, just because I have everything going on. I'd rather put out something like that's 50%. I'd rather put myself in a position where I'm at 100. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, 2017, man.
So we're gonna jump right into it, talking about pulling your weight. Daryl Morey, he left Houston. He joined Steve Nash. I mean, he joined Philly. My bad.
Philly.
Yeah, I'm thinking about D'Antoni too.
Okay.
Daryl Morey, he joined Philly. What do we think about that? Like, I mean, has anyone really failed up as well as him? Like, to literally be unemployed for like, what was it, like a week and some change?
In fact, yeah, he wasn't unemployed for long at all. Honestly, I thought it was a bit of a surprise for him leaving Houston. Well, I guess not really when they've been taking L's the way they've been taking L's, and he's been behind it. Like, they've gotten to a certain level, but they just couldn't been able to get over that hump. And he's the architect. And he was the architect behind all of that. So I think that there's some validity to that. Like, but there was some proven success. And honestly, like when he got to Houston, Philly, in my opinion, it was not there. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly wasn't reaching levels that Houston reached with the help of Daryl Morey. So now you got Morey and Doc Rivers in there. It's just a fresh canvas. It's just fresh faces. I hope they get Ben out of there, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think I think they're looking at it as like a fresh start type thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be fresh faces for long, because I think Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey are going to throw hands very soon. Because
I don't think
Daryl Morey. What? Daryl Morey is an analytics guy. Guess what? Doc Rivers is not.
But look, what have we always said? What is it going to take? It's going to take both, right? We have said that. They now have both. They both understand that these not rookies. These are seasoned guys who know. Let's hear me out. Doc Rivers was already there. Morey is coming, right? He knows that Doc Rivers is there. He knows he's not an analytics guy. You don't think they've spoken? bro, we're going to mesh this thing together and we're going to find a middle point, which is what Cannon has always said on here. If you take the analytics and then you take a basketball guy who can use the analytics for what they're worth and not just put them in a vacuum and just follow them blindly, then you can have success. And I think, I'm not saying success in the championship. I'm saying success in better than what we've seen out of Philly recently.
Facts.
That's why I hate Cannon sometimes, because he says some things that just make you be like, God damn it, he making some shit. Because I hate the hire.
To me, this shit is terrible. It is terrible. It's trash.
But what Cannon said made some sense, though, bro.
It made some sense. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fudge, you ain't said nothing. Go ahead, jump on in here, big dog.
Fudge like who Daryl Morey.
I know who he is. I've seen it. Hey, but I just don't got no love for Philly though. I ain't got no love for Philly, Ben. None of them. Like,
got good in Philly?
It don't make a difference to me because I told D Hill before this even started. Hey, JR, wherever JR is,
I knew that shit was coming. And he was like, none of this shit matter because
we ain't talking about JR in basketball.
And it makes sense. If you know Fudge, it's probably the only rare time that you see him with a shirt. So
I did it because I'm like, let me go in 3-man weed. Let me go on with a
Thank you.
That's the only reason I put it. This BP joint though, I think you got Dion on Hill, but
that's the only reason. Finesse a league.
Yeah, man. And to piggyback, not to piggyback. I feel like I'm in a damn Zoom meeting. I gotta relax. Yeah, I'm all for it. But what you were saying, Cannon, like I agree. Like if with an analytics guy, like something Doc Rivers is not. But I think if, like you said, like did he not talk to him before they pulled up? Like, yo, I'm on my way to Philly. What's up? And like, if anything, like if Morey can teach it to Rivers in the language that he understands, then obviously the sky is the limit. So, and I think the first lesson would be getting Ben Simmons out of Philly, but that's neither here nor there.
But listen, analytics is not hard. I'm pretty sure Doc Rivers understands analytics, but he's a basketball guy. And this is the thing. I do analytics for a living, so I know. Okay. I know coaches. I've met coaches who want the analytics, and I've also met coaches who are a basketball field guy. They don't care about the analytics, so I know both of them, right? I've dealt with both of them, so it's like I just know how they are. And so Doc Rivers, he understands all of it, but it's just like that's not what he uses to coach. But like you said, if he's willing to give a little bit and at least look at some of these analytics, then he'll find that some of these analytics are very, very important. And one that I tell Hill and AJ about all the time, probably the most important for basketball that they don't talk about, is just a efficient possession. And that's just a possession where they will mark that in analytics as you come down the court, you get into a set, and you get a decent look at the rim with a decent amount of time on the shot clock left. And even if you don't make it, that is going to be marked as a high percentage or a high efficiency possession. So the team who can do more of that 9 out of 10 times out of every stat game that I've ever done, the team that has done that the most always wins. And so if you can get coaches to understand that, a lot of these other stats don't mean nothing. Yeah, AJ, wow. Man.
AJ out here turned up. My man.
Wow.
In his bag. All right, AJ.
Hey, all right, AJ. It's a Henny night.
At the end of the day, before we transition, they're gonna have to get this change at personnel. They're gonna have to get some shooters in regardless. So bringing in Daryl Morey may help. He may can find some shooters, but if they don't find no shooters, I don't give a damn who they bring in. Yeah. It ain't gonna work.
That's true.
It ain't gonna work. Yeah, because you got a point guard that don't shoot wearing a shooting sleeve every game. Like that don't make sense. We gotta make sense of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't clicking. It's Halloween every day for Ben Simmons. Every day it's Halloween. We gotta
exactly. He in costume, bro.
Right.
He in costume, man.
That's a fact.
Well,
man,
speaking of some other shit that ain't gonna work, you know, we like to change the narrative, and so we actually gonna deviate from sports. And one of, especially like I don't know about y'all, but us here at 3 Man Weave, we are definitely hip hop heads. So one of our guys, he just dropped a new album, Reason, but he has some interesting comments to make on the Breakfast Club this morning, and we want to get y'all thoughts on what y'all think about what he said.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this, like, and I'm probably whatever. Here it is. I feel like women should give men that are faithful credit for that. Like, women will act like it's the same thing as a woman being faithful, and it's like it's not the same thing. Like, honestly, it's not. But I just feel like
what you said is true, because like I haven't cheated since October 2006.
Okay, now he just talking some bullshit. But
like what Charlamagne talking about, man?
Yeah. So I want to ask y'all thoughts. Do y'all think that, you know, if you are in a committed relationship and as a man, if you are actually being, you know, truly faithful, should you actually be like, commended for that? Should you get, you know, hand claps? Should you get applause? What do you think? Should that be acknowledged that, hey, like you're actually being faithful in this relationship?
Punch, man, bro.
Let me tell you what a wise.
You want to go first, guys?
Let me tell you what a wise philosopher once told me before you go, Fudge.
Hey,
I'm gonna just say this: a man is never gonna get credit for anything he is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Fudge.
That boy preaching from the choir, man.
All right. That's valid, Cannon. So boom, it's
Was
like
that what philosopher? Was that me?
I probably
It was him.
Cannon wrote that.
Sound like my boss.
It was.
Go ahead, Fudge.
it's two sides to the same coin. Like you said, like when I take that knee or take that step, I'm gonna do as I should, right? But at the same time, like women, the way they think, the way they mind go, like you don't answer the phone one time, you 5 minutes late to the crib. First thing they thinking is you fucking with that girl or that. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I'm a firm believer of energy is neither lost nor destroyed. It's transferred. Like, I want that energy from when I'm being faithful that you was given when you thought I was cheating. But no, like I shouldn't receive it. It shouldn't be like just free bands, like you being a faithful dude. Here goes some love, but it's just it's the energy portion of it.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I agree 100.
We should do that, but we have a stereotypical like film over us that like we're cheaters, like men. Black men are cheaters, and it's a whole hashtag out right now that black
men don't cheat. Yeah,
but it's there because all men cheat, all races cheat, whatever the case may be. But it's just the fact that people are always pointing the finger at black men for doing something, and it's became a joke that black men don't cheat. But we ran with it because it's like, you know what? Let me prove that I was cheating before you just accused me of cheating and everything else that was going on in the world. So no, we don't. It's not that we need it or validation should be given. It's just everything in a whole circle of why I kind of was like, you know what? You don't got to be like, you a good dude, you cheating, but I mean, come here, let me rub you back for being a good dude. Like, you don't got to say those words, but the same energy that you would give me,
that's a fact.
I want it. I'm good dude. Give me that.
Yeah, and something that you said is, you know, the whole black men don't cheat. People take it as a joke, and that's kind of my issue, because what it is it's a narrative out there, and what men are trying to do is change that narrative. Because if you look at our generation, especially just kind of the people that we may know, especially kind of, you know, Hill, me, Cannon, Fudge. Like, if you look at some of the people that we know a lot, like as we've gotten older, we did some shit in our younger days, but now there's a whole bunch of people we know that had committed relationships, married, family men, stuff like that. And so what I think, to me, why it's kind of an issue is because that black man don't cheat. Still, we post that, but then women will be like, we're joking about it. But no, what it is we're actually trying to change a narrative and actually make it cool to be, you know, in a faithful, committed relationship. And so as long as women are still taking us as a joke for saying it, it's almost like, but we're actually trying to do something. And so I'm not saying you need to roll out the red carpet and give us a parade, but also, you know, as women talk about, you know, the love languages so much, do they know their love language? Do you know your love language? One of the love languages is words of affirmation. So if I'm out here being faithful to you, you don't have to tell me, you know,
preach, brother,
you are such a good dude because you are faithful. But no, it's just like if you have a good meal, you like, oh, who cooked this? This is good. Tell me when I do stuff is right. When I go out, don't give me a hard time before I go out to try and ruin my night. Just because you don't know what I'm doing. Like, just believe in me. Let me go out, have my fun, and let me come home to you like I do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with all of y'all, man.
Yeah, Futch, I Futch you
that AJ for sure.
Nah, Futch, I definitely agree with that as far as the energy thing. My question to you is like, I mean, when you ask me that question, is like, should we be commended? My question back is like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to pat on the back for that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, like we were saying, like that.
Here's energy, and that's my rebuttal to that. Women always say actions speak louder than words. Prove to me that you enjoy me being a faithful man. When I come home, when I come home and I have a hard day, don't start shit with me. You know what?
Think about
the hardships that I went through. Think about the good things that I do for you, and be like, and pick. Women have to learn how to pick their battles. So if you realize you got a good dude, and you know what, I go to work every day. I work hard for you. I provide for you. I protect you. But I left the toilet seat up. Don't when you come in the bathroom, be like, why the fuck you leave the toilet seat up? This and that.
Right.
Understand that I work hard for you. I do the things that I'm supposed to do.
Shout out to the women that do, because it's a lot of women out here that do. Like you said actions speak louder than words. There's a lot of women out here who make it a point that when their man come home, to not stress them.
Can I just get some head?
To not stress over that was the handy. To not stress over something small like the toilet seat.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's never really about the toilet seat. The toilet seat is an excuse for other issues, man. And if y'all are arguing about the toilet seat, come on now, you know Hov got a bar for everything. Come on now, Hov got a bar for everything. You can't listen. You can't slip a Hov bar in on me now.
I'm here, bro.
But now, what I will say is, if y'all are arguing about a toilet seat, y'all lack communication somewhere, bro. So it's like Futch said it perfect. It's energy transferred. So it's like if you are taking care of mostly everything and you leave that toilet seat up, it's gonna be, I ain't even tripping, babe. Come here, let me give you some head because you deserve it. You feel me? But it's but if you ain't really based off what
cannon off, boy.
but if you ain't really doing the thing like Futch said, because it's energy, it's being transferred. So if you only faking the funk and presenting that you're doing right, but you're not really doing right, then all of those things ain't going to be transferred. And sometimes it just takes time, bro. Just takes time.
I got a question.
Yep.
So when it comes to like what the question was, like men should be validated for being faithful and this, that, and the third. I feel like men also think differently. Like we're not thinking that our girl out doing the next or whatever. With that being said, I feel like the same amount of men cheat, that the same amount of women cheat.
Absolutely.
The difference with us though, we not thinking that. Like we at the crib watching football, drinking a beer, drinking Henny. You know what I mean? Like we not putting those thoughts though, that energy cannon into the world. Right? But some of us can actually do that, but some men are actually getting cheated on OD, but women are just way more smoother. We think
no.
Women are better, KJ.
No.
They're better at it.
Cannon, let me tell y'all why women are not better cheaters, even though they cheat at the same rate. Women are not better cheaters because guess what? If a woman in a relationship is messing with me, guess what? I'm not about to be like, you know what? I want to be her man now. I'm going to start, calling late at night. I'm going to start sending text messages when I'm not supposed to, things along those lines. Most men, because what it is when men have sex, we have sex because we just want to have sex because our ego and we just want to do it. When women do it, they say it's because there's feelings involved. So guess what? If a woman is doing it, she's doing it.
Good girl going bad.
And a woman's doing it with a man, and most likely that man that she's doing with don't have those same feelings. But that man that's doing it, he's just doing it on the side, and that woman that she's probably gonna do it with is gonna catch feelings. So that's why
I was gonna get right back. I was gonna get right back.
Hey, but real talk, over all of this, you could honestly throw social. I'm gonna drop the spade and just let that spade be social media and let that play a part in this whole conversation. Big Joker. I'm taking everybody's book. Everybody's book is mine right now.
Hey, Big Joker.
Yeah, y'all done. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the, and me and Fletch were talking about it this past Sunday, just like the gifts and the curse of social media. Whereas, like, you know, in one instance, you got validation when you see certain things, or when you see like certain fruits of your labor, you know, being, displayed on a big stage like Instagram with somebody with a couple million followers, whatever the case may be. Like that's the gift to it. And then a curse could be a situation like this where you just have, someone that's, a bit insecure, probably not because of you. Let's take not because of you, for example.
Past experiences.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever she had went through before 2000 and whatever when she met you. But because of that, like, I'm on social media. Oh, you got to be doing this. If I'm seeing it on the gram, you got to be guilty. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yo, nah. It's you got to keep that same energy when I'm taking care of business versus like whenever you just, you on the gram and you and your feelings.
And what I think is what women need to realize is just because we are in a relationship now, don't forget who I was and don't take me for granted, because you wanted me for a reason. You didn't want me because I was just some nobody who stood in the corner and nobody knew. You wanted me because of some things that I brought to the table. You wanted me because I'm attractive.
I put up a double every night.
Exactly. It's a reason you wanted me, and it's a reason why I attracted to you, just like why I was attracted to you. So for me, it's like, don't forget, like I'm doing this for this is a conscious effort that I'm making. Like, because I could have still been doing something, but I'm actually making a conscious effort to be committed to you, because I could be doing whatever. So you have to remember that, and you have to take that into account.
Did you put that one comment up here? How you put the comments up, man?
Which one? Which one?
Man, get Ken and put that comment up, bro.
You gotta hit show, but which one you talking about?
Yeah. How you highlight it like that?
Yeah.
There you go.
It popped it popped right up for me. I don't know what you got going on over there, brother. I'm sorry.
Going old, bro. Old is going old.
But I mean, at the end of the day, y'all been saying some great things about this situation. I've been sitting back and I agree with everything everybody said. Appreciation just goes a long way. Like you said, we're not asking for a countdown like, oh, he didn't cheat in this amount of days. Oh, he didn't cheat in 20 days. Or he didn't cheat in 60 days. We're not asking for that. It's like nobody's asking for that. But what I'm saying, we like, hey, look, I see you, bro. You know what I'm
That's it.
I see you.
Oh, you out here. You doing your thing.
You out here.
Something simple, something small. It's something, and that goes a long way, but they really don't understand it. But all they heard when they heard Reason say that, they heard, oh, he want $1 million.
You want a championship parade?
Right. You
want that. That ain't what I want.
That's not what I want. I just want some energy. I just want some GVO, man. I just want some good vibes only, baby.
I just want your energy.
That's it. That's all I'm here for, man. That's all I'm here for.
And
yeah, man. It's solid.
That was great. Energy. That's it.
More of the story. Keep that same energy, baby.
Pretty much.
Because think about it. When they want to hear that. They want to hear they appreciate it. They want to hear they doing the right thing. They want to hear they look good. They want to hear, they want to hear all that all the time.
Hey, you good, Ew, you good?
I'm great.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
If she does not enhance her life, then why continue?
But see, this is a good question, because this is a good question, because guess what? It's a different standard. It's like, as much as women say they don't like double standards, they try to kill the double standards and stuff like that. This question right here is a double standard, because guess what? A woman expect you to be there to enhance their life and, push them forward. But if a man is looking, for, time and, to get on his feet, but say, hey, look, I can make you happy. Nah, what more can you do besides make me happy? Can you provide? Can you protect? A man can't come to you with empty hands and just say, I can make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Let me waste your time real quick.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And,
I can make you laugh. You got some time.
Chris Rock said it best. Men are the only creatures that cannot be loved unconditionally. We have to have conditions. Babies can be loved unconditionally. Yeah. Women can be loved unconditionally. Pets can be loved unconditionally. We have to have conditions. Can you provide this? Can you take care of this? Can you help me if this goes wrong?
I'll love you, but
exactly. And so it's a little bit different. You can't say if she doesn't enhance your life, why continue? Because
Chris Rock be spitting facts, bro.
Hey, do we expect too much, but are like as a whole, are the bars too high? Because I find myself always like,
I think men's bars are too low. I think men's bars are too low. I think men's bars are too low because of what I just said. As much as women like to say that they take in a man and make them a reclamation project and they change them and they make them this. How many women have really come into a relationship with, I don't know, pot to piss in, but they come with a good dude and they take care of them. They come and say, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the man does everything that he can to provide that. But he's still like, oh, but you don't do this. Like, I think men need to start holding women to a higher standard, actually.
And that's the gift of the curse, like you said, Kyle, about social media. You can see some of these joints they ain't shit.
But you want a Birkin? But you want a Birkin?
But you want to be in your bag.
Try to hold yourself to a higher standard. Like, look, you can't even talk to me, shorty. Like, it is what it is. Like, you got to read this requirement. To talk to me, shorty. We got to start, holding them accountable as well. Like you say, we got to set the bar higher, but it is what it is.
Hey, Hakeem bar a little low. Hold on. I
don't get me. Y'all get me.
See where our bars at? You see where our bars at?
That's a trap though, King. That's a trap for sure.
Hey, I'm
with Clutch. That's not getting me.
And King, man.
That might get you an interview.
King not falling for that neither. King, listen, man. King loves substance more than anybody else that I know. So it's like I don't even know why he said that. That's why he laughing.
Look, hey, let my man have his safe space, man. This
is a safe space. My fault, bro.
For sure, man.
What y'all got coming up next, y'all?
So we just finished up. The segment. We had a Black business near you, where pretty much we tapped into a bunch of different Black brands across the country. A lot of it being, just friends that like we just connected with, because like we were saying, like we, a lot of the things that we utilize, it's off word of mouth. Like I might have a guy that does graphic design, or I got a homie that does this, and so we were just trying to put that platform out there. Like, yo, like you don't need to go to that top brand. Like we got folks like on the ground, like ready and able. So we just finished that up. But going into November, man, we just gonna keep that same energy going, getting different people. We definitely want to keep the sports vibe going. This weekend, actually, we got a Chicago Bulls veteran pulling up to the show. He played for the Bulls. Yeah, man, he played for the Bulls, the Jazz, the Timberwolves, and I want to say Portland as well. But so we're looking forward to having him on, man. And honestly, if you saw the first episode of The Last Dance, then you know why I'm looking forward to having him on. Because we're gonna ask some tough questions at we're gonna ask some tough questions at OTS, man. But yeah, no, we looking at we just trying to just set the table for anything sports culture, and because I mean he's honestly like, although he's an NBA vet, he's doing he's an entrepreneur as well. So like he has his hand in a couple of things out in Vegas. So we're gonna get to know him on that end, and honestly just get to know like the NBA as well, like during that time, and if whether or not LeBron can survive or not, like now we got somebody that can tell us, but either way,
I don't think they're gonna be honest regardless, because They be biased about their era, but that's neither here.
Yeah.
You're
Right about that.
LeBron
Still gotta ask him.
in the Kobe era?
LeBron played against Kobe. What you talking about?
I mean, not Kobe,
The Jordan era.
Jordan era.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Because
LeBron is big. He's big, bro.
Because because guess what? At the end of the day, like everyone is going if it's what you have to be a part of, you are going to adapt.
You just adjust.
You have to adapt. You have to adapt. And
you play whatever era they give you.
And you can't say LeBron can't adapt because LeBron came into the league and he couldn't shoot.
It's hard to adapt from a cold line from hell.
You said what?
But they wasn't always doing that, bro.
They wasn't.
I mean,
was
you said the clothesline from hell.
Bro,
but look, if those sorry players like Kurt Rambis can survive it, then you telling me Bron couldn't survive it?
Hey.
All I'm saying is we saw a lot of crying from Braun in the finals. Like every single time he got touched on the way to the basket, he yelling at the ref.
Bro, I saw a lot of crying from Kobe before.
That's politics, bro.
That's also
don't be fooled.
He was
Jordan was the number one crier, bro. I'm a Jordan fan, bro.
They changed superstar rules because of Jordan.
He's a number one crier, bro.
They changed those rules
because
of Jordan.
I don't know if Jordan was
but it's
crier,
not just Bron. It's not. Listen, I don't think anybody on this show is more of a Jordan fan than me. I'm just willing to go. Okay. I'm willing to go out there and say it.
You had it.
I'm willing to go out there and say it.
Much like you got it.
And literally, I've seen the games. A lot of people only seen the highlights. Like I lived those games. Like I could tell you where I was at when they happened.
All the playoffs since '88, right, Kenny?
You've been listening, bro. You've been listening.
Repeat that.
He's been watching all the playoffs since '88.
Every single one, bro. I haven't missed, bro.
Every playoff game. All right, word.
I was tuned in that cast. I was tuned in.
So look,
yo, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Off the strip, it's Kyle and Futch.
OTS,
baby.
OTS in the building.
Y'all got it. We gonna, we might do this again because that got a little intense. So we might
got to.
Hey,
we're gonna pull up on them.
We pull up
on y'all.
Yeah, y'all pull up on the strip and we'll do it like that.
I'm trying to do a live show in Vegas. What's up?
Hey, Futch, line it up, bro. Because I didn't
line it up, bro. No, but listen.
I'm trying to do a live show in Vegas.
We got our 100th episode, Futch. Line it up.
I got a 100th episode coming up, man. Hey, listen. Somebody owe me a flight. I'm gonna figure it out. Remember last year? Like this should be the year I'm supposed to be taking all the vacations anyway. So hey, we lined them up, bro.
We gonna link. We gonna link.
Back. So we want to thank the guys from Off the Strip podcast, man. Like you hear it now, it was fun time. So we definitely gonna do this again, and we will holler at y'all later.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Y'all be easy.
That was fun.
All right. So who we got next? Hill? Because I feel like we got another guest coming.
Well, I've been doing a lot of crying in fantasy. Like my fantasy teams ain't where it's at. And none of my leagues. I'm in three, four leagues. I don't even know how many leagues I'm in now. That's how bad I'm doing in fantasy. And I've been doing a lot of crying. Y'all know the text messages like, come on, bro, like get it together. Scrap been telling us it's no crying in fantasy. We got the show on the channel. There's no crying in fantasy. So we want to welcome our guy Scrap into the building.
My guys, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
DJ What's up, y'all?
You all right? We talked about your Sixers. I know, you got frustrated.
I wanted to jump in.
I had good points though, right, Scrap?
You had great points.
Thank you, man.
So you like the hire?
I like Morey. I like the balance that it gives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Him and Doc. I don't think they need to get rid of Ben though. You don't get rid of all NBA players like that.
Nah, I don't think get rid of him. Just redefine his role.
Nah, I think they got to get rid of one of them. And be
so? Yeah. We did say that, so I agree with that. But I feel like I would keep Embiid if I had to get rid of one of them, man.
No, I'm keeping both. That's me.
Yeah, I would keep both too, Hill. But I feel like Scrap said, there's no clear leader. Remember we talked about that? So I feel like because of that, you got to get rid of one. I would keep both though, because I feel like I'm a master of personality. I would get them to buy into whatever I wanted, whoever I wanted to be the leader.
Also, if y'all don't know, well, it should be a given. You know, he's a Philadelphia 76ers fan, but he also is an Eagles fan. I want to save this comment that we got earlier.
There you go.
How do you feel about that, Scrap?
Danucci calling out the Eagles defense. He'll find out on Sunday. He'll find out on Sunday.
But is that confidence or is that some a bit of hedging because you're unsure? Because is that Eagles defense really like that?
Well, I like
the defense ain't the problem. I'll tell you that much.
Nah, it's not. I like the front seven. We have problems in the secondary, but I think when you got a rookie quarterback coming in, I think that kind of solves your secondary woes.
Not really. I think it's your front four, bro.
The thing I don't like though is that they're getting Zach Martin back. So like that's the one thing that I don't like is that Cowboys. But I'll take the Eagles defense in fantasy all day.
If you got an Eagle, if you got any Eagle, ball Eagle, play them. Eagle, play. I'm telling you, if you want to get your fix on, just play anybody that's playing. Don't play a Cowboy. Please don't do nothing. Just, don't do
defense.
Like Hill said, it's 21 off the plane.
It's 21.
Yeah.
It's 21 off rip. Rip. So if you can find the Eagle defense, you can find the Eagles player. But hey, don't get your fantasy advice from me.
So Scrap, let me ask you this. I took Ezekiel Elliott with my second overall pick. Should I play him this weekend?
Yeah.
I'm playing him.
I wouldn't, bro. Zeke's starting to scare me.
But who are your other options?
Nobody.
Right.
So and that's my thing because I have Leonard Fournette, Cam Akers, Zach Moss, Frank Gore, and Malcolm Brown because Austin Eckler is on goddamn IR. So pretty much that is really what I have to work with. And personally, to me personally, with the volume that Zeke is gonna get, regardless of the team around him, you kind of got to start him because he's gonna get the carries and he's gonna get the touches.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
I like Zach Moss this week though too.
Yeah, but see, I don't know because it's so hit or miss because you're going against that Patriots defense and it's almost like when Bill Belichick looked like his back is against the wall. Next thing you know, he has a Bill Belichick, mastermind performance.
I feel like that's going to happen this week.
Where he shuts everything you like down.
But this is my analysis. All right, you got Stephon Gilmore out. You got Julian Edelman out. They have nobody on the Patriots right now. They looking to trade players. So if you ask me who I think is going to be up in that game, I think Buffalo's going to be up. I think Buffalo's going to win the game. So I think in the third, fourth quarter, you're going to see a heavy run game from the Bills. So Zach Moss,
I like that analysis.
Zach Moss, I kind of like this week.
But why is Zach Moss and not Devin Singletary?
Because Devin Singletary hasn't produced. I think Devin Singletary, he's producing less than 4 yards a carry right now. I think when you look at pounding the rock, they're going to give it to Zach Moss.
Okay.
So Scrap's coming in with the facts.
So with the heavy run game, let me ask you this because right now at quarterback, I got Josh Allen going against New England defense, or I got Joe Burrow going against the Tennessee defense.
This is not AJ's personal. Get AJ's fantasy back on track segment.
Hey, he asked me who I got.
Yo, listen, man.
I'm thinking Josh Allen, but I like Joe Burrow this week too.
Yo, listen. Let's start with Philly, man. What players on Philly would you start and sit out of the starters that are supposed to be out there for the fans out there who are playing fantasy?
All right, so I like Boston Scott this week because I think Sanders is going to be out. If I'm taking any receiver, it's going to be Travis Fulgham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, if you're desperate for a tight end, I'm going Richard Rodgers. just because Philly does use the tight end a lot in the passing game.
They do.
I think he had 5 catches for like 60-something yards last week. So.
Yeah. All right, and next question, since AJ was trying to monopolize, what would you do with Zach Ertz if you had him? And also after that, what would you do with Michael Thomas?
I'm trading Zach Ertz. I'm looking for a trade partner for Zach Ertz because
I did that. Boom, check, got that done.
Dallas Goedert's coming back, and I think Dallas Goedert is going to be the next tight end for the Eagles. So I think they're going to look to utilize him a lot more than Ertz when Ertz comes back. Michael Thomas, I'm just sitting on him. I'm holding him right now.
I've been holding him all season, and he's hurting me in 3. You're in 3-man weave, and I play you this week. Yeah, bro. And he's just like, I get the news. I'm like, finally, he's gonna play, and then he's out again. He's a piece. I'm ready to. He's on the block. So if you want him scrap, you can have him.
All right, I'll take you up on that offer. But I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with him. It's like mysterious. Like,
yeah, AJ
hamstring injury. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Him and injury every week, man. Him and Sean Payton beefing, bro.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
I don't take no side, so no credence.
I need him, bro. I drafted him high. I need him, bro. And he's been out. He played the first game, and that was it. And he didn't even do well the first game.
But Peyton likes the young guy Callaway. He's not playing this week, but I mean, they gave him 10 targets last week.
Yeah,
and he was playing.
But they didn't have
his role.
They didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But they still don't have a choice because is Emmanuel Sanders playing?
Nah, Emmanuel Sanders ain't playing. So Traquan Smith is a desperate flex this week.
I remember I had him. I had Traquan Smith and Emmanuel Sanders, and I went with Emmanuel Sanders, and Traquan Smith had like 20 on my bench.
Yeah, they playing Chicago this week though, so the matchup ain't great. But I like Traquan if you're looking for somebody.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this: with all the injuries that are going on, who would you go, to pick up the slack if you have Odell in your lineup?
That's a good question,
bro.
All right. Me. So is it you looking for somebody right now on the waiver wire, or
you gotta look for somebody on the waiver wire?
All right, Marcus Johnson for the Indianapolis Colts, and he hasn't been getting a lot of news in the media, but they were on bye last week. Week 6, he went for I think 5 catches, 108 yards. So I don't know how you can't put somebody like that has Rivers' trust. T.Y. Hilton hasn't been producing. Zach Pascal. This guy is a deep threat. I think they could take shots down the field at any point that they want. The matchup isn't that great this week, but I think if you're looking for somebody in the waiver wire, it's either Marcus Johnson or T. Higgins. And I think T. Higgins has a chance.
T. Higgins gone, man.
I'm about to say I don't think T. Higgins is on anybody's waiver wire.
Any competitive league.
Yeah, in any competitive league. What I will say is if you had Odell, you're looking for someone, you need to be hopping on Rashard Higgins ASAP because of what he did against the Bengals, and it looked like he's going to be the next man up in that Browns offense. And so I think that is the person, if you can't find anyone of note, I think you should probably try and hop on Rashard Higgins.
Yeah, Rashard Higgins was out. I said T. Higgins, but I meant Rashard Higgins. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because T. Higgins is gone.
Peoples Jones is a sleeper though, and people not really on Peoples Jones, but Peoples Jones could be somebody that could pick up some of that slack in that Cleveland offense too.
I'm so goddamn mad about that because his first 3 receptions in his career, literally, it was a bomb for a first down, then another catch, and then the game winner where he looked like fucking. Never mind. This isn't AJ. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that, AJ. It's okay. It's okay, brother.
Not today.
It's gonna be okay.
All right, so you start him and sit him for this week. I know it's early. We don't have all the reports, but you're the fantasy guy. Who you got?
Cannon, you killing me, man, because I don't want to give the obvious starts.
All right. Well, we could guess. You could text us, and we can put it. We can put it.
Nah. Somebody I like this week is Jamal Williams, of course. Aaron Jones is out, so Jamal Williams is out there. Go grab him. I think Jamal Williams is an automatic RB2 at the least. I I think when you look at the game, the Miami game against the Rams, Myles Gaskin as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you play in PPR league, I think they're going to be trailing. They're going to be dumping off,
Mm-hmm.
especially with a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for wide receivers, I already told you I'm high on Marcus Johnson, but I know a lot of people aren't. If you're looking for just a regular flex play, I'm gonna tell you who I'm sitting. CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Scotty Miller is somebody I'm looking at for Tampa Bay with Chris Godwin out. I'm looking to put Scotty Miller in. I think he just came off a big week. I think we have another big week this week. And then also Stephon Diggs. I know he's an automatic start, but Stephon Diggs going up against New England without Stephon Gilmore, I think is going to have a big week this week.
Mm-hmm.
Tight ends. What's the guy's name? Harrison Bryant for Cleveland.
Yeah, I like him.
Somebody I'm looking at, Harrison Bryant, and then like I said, Richard Rodgers. That's somebody I'm looking at too. As far as sits, I don't like Noah Fant this week. I'm a big Noah Fant fan. I don't think that they've been using him right in the Denver offense.
Right.
Going up against the Chargers, I don't like Noah Fant either.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is going to be with some of the matchups that you have. I think that we have a couple games on the docket where you're going to get some big production because, like you said, Scotty Washington, they're going against the Giants. So you are going to have a lot of guys that are on the waiver wire that could have some really big games. So I think this is the week that is struggling with injuries. If you play it smart, your team won't end up on fantasy thoughts because it's some games that, you know, it's going to be some shootouts this week. And like you said, you know, if you got somebody going against the Cowboys, start them. That Tennessee Bengals game, look, hey, if you have Jonnu Smith, you are in a good place because guess what? Every single tight end that goes against the Bengals eats. Why is it? It's a reason why you high on Harrison Bryant. It's because what he did last week. So yeah. Hey man.
Do you trust any 49ers running back this week?
That's tough, man. Like I want to say Jared McKinnon, but like they resting Jared McKinnon. I really don't know what they're doing. And they saying Tevin Coleman could come back.
Mm-hmm.
If Tevin Coleman comes back, Tevin Coleman automatically goes into my Carolina.
But then what about Hasty? Hasty showed up last week.
Yeah, but Hasty showed up after what's my man name that went out?
Lewis or something like that.
Wilson, right?
Wilson.
Yeah, after Wilson. Wilson had 3 TDs and then Hasty came in. So I think they looking to like kind of put Hasty in as a change of pace back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing though. When you have a Shanahan tree offense, whoever's that running back, man, play him.
Yeah,
and that's the reason. Because with the injuries that I had, I went and picked up Jermichael Hasty.
It's the zone blocking scheme.
Exactly, I needed it. So when I'm dealing with some running back injuries, so I picked up Jermichael Hasty and DJ Dallas. Those are the two. I'm like,
this is outside of fantasy, right? Answer me this. If the zone blocking scheme does so well and you don't need premier elite linemen to do it, why don't more teams do zone blocking?
I asked you that. I think I asked you that before.
You did. And what I say?
I don't think I asked you that specifically.
Here is my rebuttal. If Hennessy privilege is so smooth, why do people still drink regular Hennessy?
It costs more. Privilege costs more.
Because it's a class difference. Not everybody can get there. So yeah, it's some people that can afford Hennessy privilege. People can't afford Hennessy. People can run the zone blocking scheme. There's some people that don't know how to scheme up a zone blocking scheme.
Yeah.
So that's my point. So things look good in theory until you got to apply it.
Kenan, I got an answer for you. Everybody ain't Kyle Shanahan.
That's true.
And everybody can't teach that zone blocking scheme.
Because he learned it since a little boy. Right. He grew up in it.
And you see how it worked in Washington.
Yeah, it's always worked in Washington when when we had Mike, when Kyle, it always worked for us. Even when we were trash, we could at least run the ball.
And so to also rebut that, the reason why you say that, but think about how many coordinators under Belichick got hired thinking they was going to bring the Belichick system to their team. It didn't work because guess what? You not Belichick. How many people thought that they could bring that, Andy Reid offense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Doug Peterson got him a ring, but hey, Matt Nagy hit Nick Foles like, man, this shit ain't gonna work.
Y'all was sold on a couple weeks ago.
Who? I was
not so. I think you were gonna do that. I was not sold.
Never sold on Nagy.
I just explain why.
Nah, that's a joke, bro.
So, Scott, how many points the Eagles gonna win by this week?
I'm taking 14.
Okay, 14.
That's it.
I'm taking 20. I'm taking 21, and I'm taking that because teams get 21 off the plane on the Cowboys.
Yes, but you're not facing a team like the Eagles that's banged up,
bro.
The Washington football
team did it with
ease, relative ease,
but their defense is solidified.
The offense scored, bro.
I
with
know
people who haven't scored all year.
Nah, I'm looking at our team and the injuries on offensive line. I'm
bro,
looking
Logan Thomas look like a certified Gronk out there.
Hold on. So what about when the Giants did it? Giants ain't scored more than 9 all year. It got 20. They got 27 for the offense.
It might just be Dallas, bro. It might just be Dallas.
That's what we're saying, bro.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're saying. You get 21 off the plane, bro.
They give it to you. And last week I told her, I said,
that shit like complimentary breakfast.
We're gonna be the first team that don't have it. And it was 3-24, I think. They gave it to us.
I gotta ask Hill. What's your take on McCarthy,
man? He definitely needs more time. He needs more time. He got to clean some of this residue off everybody.
That's a fact.
He specifically needs more time.
Mike Nolan?
Mike Nolan don't need no more damn time. You know what I'm saying? He don't need no more damn time. But McCarthy, really, what has he done bad? To be quite honest. Like, it's the team, like, it wasn't his fault the team was turning the ball over. It wasn't his fault the team was coming out stale, turning the ball over. It's like these turnovers that we was having is really not his fault. So, like, can we really blame McCarthy for this? It's like he's trying to fix a culture, and it's like it's gonna take some time. Unfortunately, you don't get the necessary time. You don't get the necessary time when you have the Cowboys.
Jerry ready to get him out of there.
It has not been wrong though. That is facts, Ken. Like, I thought he was wrong last week, but I had to tell him. I said, I apologize, bro.
I had to stop texting Cannon and getting on my damn nerves. I told him, bro. I told him everything that was gonna happen. He like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. I'm like, bro, you know what? Just stop texting me because you're getting me mad because I'm trying not to be upset, but you purposely getting me upset.
And after that game, my analysis is y'all are bad, bro.
Yeah,
it's bad. And that's why I say scrap, because the Washington football team is not good, bro. We should not have beat Philly. Yes, we got Philly because injuries, but a lot of other teams are struggling to do that. That was the first game of the season, so it's like other teams are going to struggle to do that. There's no way that Dallas, with the amount of offensive weapons that they had, Zeke should have had 250 yards, bro. We have edge rushers. We're not the best run stop defense.
Yeah,
those screen passes, no nothing. They just didn't utilize Zeke well.
When you
I'm gonna leave it at this, Cannon. It's Philly, and watch the rookie quarterback go off on us. Watch it.
I doubt it.
Watch it.
What's the dude's name?
Ben Nucci.
Willie beam him like King said.
Ben the new. I'm see, Scrap. You falling for it. You falling for the trap. I know you don't have nothing to be confident on your team because y'all haven't looked that good. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. And you fall, but you're falling for this right now, bro. We have nothing. We have nothing. We have given up. Like we literally have given up.
The only hope is we playing at home. That's it. It ain't even really no home field advantage. But
y'all gotta win, bro. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Eagles all the way on this scrap.
I already picked the Eagles. And I only that's one thing. That's why I've been losing pickups every week. Because I've been like, I can't pick against my team. And I've been losing every damn week. I ain't picking my boys no more times.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm picking the Eagles, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as y'all saying it is.
Shit. On that note, hey Scrap, man, we appreciate you coming in, giving us that fantasy knowledge, man. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yo, at DJ Economics on Instagram. You can find us on the Best of the Best Fantasy Channel 2 and 3-Man Weed. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, no doubt, man. Definitely we'll have you on again. We appreciate you for joining us, man.
Thank you, brother.
And with that being said, man, we want to thank everybody for joining the 3-Man Weave live broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure if you are listening on YouTube, you subscribe down there in the bottom right-hand corner so they can notify you every time we go live. If you missed any segment of this live, guess what? We will have each segment loaded up onto YouTube so you can catch the segments you missed. I'm most certainly sure that D Hill didn't do no timestamps, so we will get the timestamps as soon as we can. Everybody in the Facebook group, we thank you for joining. Posts will be coming soon. You know, we are super active in the Facebook group. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram at 3-Man Weave _, Twitter 3-Man Weave _, and once again, Facebook 3-Man Weave group. If you are someone that is listening later on and you catch us live on the podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any podcast platform, make sure that you subscribe, you rate us 5 stars, and you tell a friend. Make sure that if this is a podcast that you love, tell a friend. See if they love it too. Tell them to join us live because we have fun. If you don't like the podcast, just keep watching and give us the views because we'll take that too. So once again, I'm AJL Presidente. Who else is here?
You already know it's your boy Hill. Hill gonna heal regardless. And Tay-Rock 2-1 tomorrow against Murder Mook. I'm calling it now.
Murder Mook. I'm going Murder Mook for nostalgic purposes.
And I got Tay-Rock 3-0. And this the 3-Man Weave. And we out, baby.